Hello, my name is Yvonne.
Hi, I'm Leah, and we stayed at the University of Sunderland, which is in the northeast of England, and we studied there for 1 semester with the support of Erasmus+.
My name is Alex. I did my stay abroad as a student teacher teaching German at Caroline County High School in Richmond, Virginia for 3 months.
Good day, I'm Mina. I've spent 4 months of my life in Perth, Western Australia, where I taught German as a German language assistant at 2 different schools.
My name is Michelle, and I've been to the Republic of Ireland in winter 2015, and I studied there at our partner university, the Mary Immaculate College.
I'm Sebastian. I studied at Bishop's University in Canada, and I was there for 1 semester.
Hey, my name is Vera. I was in Bowling Green, Kentucky in the United States for a student teaching biology at a local high school called Bowling Green High School.
Actually, we liked best about our stay abroad that we lived in a little flat with other international students from America and from Australia. We had a great time together, had a lot of celebrations, and we are still in contact.
Yeah, she's right. So we actually became a pretty little family.
Well, I really enjoyed the beaches in Australia, but I also enjoyed that I could work at 2 different school types, both private and public, and it was a real difference in how the schools work. For example, the private schools, in the private school, it wasn't only a girls' school, and the parents pay over 20,000 Australian dollars every year for school fees only.
My favorite part was probably the interaction with the students as well as the school's team spirit, which is, I think, very characteristic of schools in America.
The whole school life was very different. Girls had their own private drivers. And also, you should imagine that the school was from pre-kindergarten up to year 12, so it's more than 12 years of 20,000 Australian dollars.
I took part in a tug of war with one of my students. So all the teachers competed against all the students at one of the pep rallies.
You can imagine that the school was not a school, it was a campus, just like our university here, so that's quite impressive.
Besides the landscape, I really enjoyed my classes there. I took a German course, and there you had cultural studies combined with literary studies, basically.
What I liked best about my stay abroad was that I got to experience another school system, and I also got a lot of lessons to teach by myself.
Basically, and you could see always the literary work in context. But I also loved my English classes. We've read 20th century novels, but also from Irish authors. So I think that's something we wouldn't do that much in Germany.
I met a lot of wonderful people who I'm still in touch with until today. Also, I dealt with the same students on a daily basis for like 6 months, so we really connected.
What I liked best was the international environment and making friends with all the people from all over the world, in classes, on campus, in the dining hall, everywhere.
I think like the relationship between me and my students in Kentucky was really different to student-teacher relationships in Germany, for example. Because if you come to another country as a foreigner and you're trying to teach, they are really interested in you, and they kind of like you from the beginning because you're interesting and you're new.
As we were living together in a shared flat of 7 people, there were some problems every here and then. For example, washing the dishes was a big problem sometimes.
In the beginning, it was really challenging to teach a scientific subject in another language because I was kind of afraid of my students making fun of me when I make language mistakes or something. But it turned out that they were just really impressed that a German person could speak English almost fluently or native-like.
We all know that Australia is really, really far away from Europe, so the time difference was really difficult for me because I was all alone at the end of the world with a lot of time difference between my family and me.
The biggest challenge was getting organized in general. And by that, I mean organizing the stay abroad beforehand, which probably took me about a year in advance, but also during the stay abroad at the high school itself.
After a while, because there were so many international festivals, I got to meet a lot of people, and we met up and went to the food festivals and stuff. And since Australia is so international and a lot of people go there nowadays, you are not really alone if you just go out and open yourself up. Also, what is really positive is that when you're alone, you get to know yourself even better than you thought you would.
It really took a long time developing lessons, teaching itself, of course, but also developing midterms, quizzes, and all of these things. But I think it was totally worth it because it actually gave me a great insight into what student teaching would be like later on as a teacher.
I also learned Irish, or tried to learn Irish, and well, that was quite challenging because Irish as a language is just totally different.
My biggest challenge was going back home, I guess, because everybody was so welcoming, and just leaving behind this big country with a beautiful nature and very nice people was just quite sad.
In the end, I managed to learn to say hi in Irish and also who I am. So that's Dia goed is Micha Michelle.
First, I was really homesick, but after all, it turned out so great that I didn't even want to go home anymore.
I believe doing a stay abroad is always something that is very beneficial for yourself as a person. So no matter where you go, no matter for how long you leave your home country, it is always worth it and you should go for it.
Well, my experiences in Kentucky made me grow up personally and professionally so much. And it also made me realize that teaching really is a passion for me. So it's not only a job.
There's an old Australian saying that goes like this, if you're worried. It says, no worries mate, it's already tomorrow in Australia.
Well, I would always go back to Ireland just because people there are so kind-hearted. They, for example, always thank the bus driver for driving them, and I just think that's really refreshing.
What describes our stay abroad best is maybe the sign that we put up in our kitchen, which said family,
which actually stands for flat family.
just the right mixture of chaos and love.